Wednesday, May 14th, 11:02 a.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. I did some day trading this morning. I did trade trading on the currency market, specifically the euro, US dollar. Took 2 day trades. Both with profits. Happy camper. Getting ready to shut down. Had a tough decisions on even trading this morning because I was looking at the markets. Let me show you. On the left is a daily chart of the euro. See the candle on the left? Yeah, it's green. Huge wick on the top. Small body. Well, yesterday, that yellow candle, inside candle of that daily red candle, bottom of a trend. That's a bullish single. Candlestick charting, that is. Referred to a bullish harmony. As expected, after that yellow candle got done, we broke out to the upside overnight. Bullish bias. That's nice. So again, leaning bullish bias. So right off the bat, my thought was to be bullish bias for the day. And then, of course, I labeled midpoint of that yellow candle right here, that gray horizontal. And that green candle, that big wick, I labeled midpoint of that. Thinking if we go to those today, if I'm at the computer, possible trade off those levels. We haven't gone to either one yet here on the top. We haven't gone to that one here on there. Yep. So that being said, let me show you the screen I use for radar. The top right is the 4-hour. Top left is the 1-hour. The bottom right is the 15-minute. And the bottom left is the 5-minute. Yep, the higher time frames. These are all intraday time frames, but the higher time frame, the top right, we did make a reversal. See that red candle? Pre-market up to 9 o'clock, that red candle on that top right got done 9 a.m., making a higher high, higher low. Big wick on the top, I labeled it here. Yeah. Since then, we did a reversal, broke below that. Again, this current 4-hour candle will be done at 1 p.m. Again, broke below the midpoint of that big green candle. And I was watching that weakness occur up here throughout my trades, because that's why I have this grid for intraday on another monitor to be situational awareness on the higher time frames. Well, on the left, the 1-hour, I also saw this. Yep, a nice run up, these green candles. Imbalance area here, thinking that's where we might get tested, might see a bullish opportunity there. And then we had this green candle, which happened to be the high of overnight. That's where we reversed on the 1-hour. Lower highs, lower lows. So that was a sweet spot looking for down there. Then here on the 15-minute, which is the tiny little green section on the bottom right grid, 15-minute candles. This green section was the Asian session. And this purple was the London session. London session made a new low overnight, which happened to be the low overnight. Then huge run up here. And then you see these top 3 candles happen to be the high pre-market. Seeing that as distribution, smart money selling, big wicks on the top, inside candle again. I think that's distribution. So I was thinking, okay, we're at the high of the morning session. Instead of me being bullish, I should be looking for bearish opportunities. Imbalance area here in the Asian session, this horizontal right here, 15-minute session, yep. Which end up happening, come down here and test. And when we test that inside candle, my thought was right off the bat, ooh, let me take a bullish trade on the break of that yellow 15-minute candle. No, I didn't. Thank goodness. So we never really did the inside test of this imbalance area. Thinking, yeah, we still might go lower. And then here again on the 15-minute chart, after we make that reversal, I had an imbalance area here. And then when we went down, this right here, 7 o'clock a.m., when I'm starting watching the monitor, my screens, I have a huge consolidation here. Now my thought process was, okay, watch this 15-minute chart, the London low, trending, higher highs, higher lows, consolidation, distribution, reversal, markdown phase. So we had a markdown phase and a consolidation. My thought was, okay, markdown phase, consolidation, we'll probably have another leg go lower. So look to trade bearish on these highs up here. So if you notice here, we broke below it. And we're doing what's called, I call, staircase pattern lower low. Yep. Right here. Consolidation. See that staircase pattern lower low. And on the 5 minute, I'm going to show you right here momentarily. Let me open it from here. There we go on the 5 minutes. See here the London session on the 5 minute. Nice pump up, consolidation, a lot of whipsaw here. Then after the London session went higher, which happened to be the high up here overnight. Excuse me. Deeply apologize. This blue vertical line was 6 o'clock a.m. You see what happened? It was a sell-off. And I labeled here this imbalance area. Well, then I'm thinking maybe we'll get a test in there. Then again, 7 a.m. here. I'm already at my trade desk setting up. 8 a.m. already looking for trades. So this low right here happened to be the low, this yellow horizontal line, and this yellow horizontal line here, these top and bottom, happened to be the high and low nearest swing points before the New York session opens at 9:30. And then when you look from here, this 7 a.m. right here, this gray vertical line, 7 a.m. It's all up in consolidation. You see on the 5 minute thinking, I thought was, yeah, more selling. Someone's just holding it up. So watch this now. 8 a.m. here, 9 a.m. here. So I didn't take any trades here. New York session opens 9:30. First 3 15-minute candles. I took no trades. Thank goodness I was patient. Again, I was waiting for either the break of this yellow pre-market high or this low pre-market low. Didn't happen within the first 15 minutes. Nope. Never even made it up after the first 15 minutes here. This yellow box I labeled, we had that pump. What a pump. Yeah. Never even made it to that swing high. Little red candle, big wicks on the top and bottom. Suspicious. Huge red candle. Impulse move down. Followed by another big red candle, impulse move down. 2 big solid bodies. My thought process was like, this is weak. This is weakness. More bearish. Don't be looking to buy. Nope. And then we had this imbalance area here. My thought was maybe we'll get here midpoint or up here. So look what happened. We only got slightly in here and reversed, selling off. And these 5 minute candles, see price are still moving. So now let me show you the 1 minute where I took my trades. Up on the 1 minute. Again, this yellow vertical line, the New York Open, first 15 minutes here. I'm seeing this as distribution after first 15 minutes. They kept on pumping it up. I'm seeing this as distribution. Smart money selling. So my thought was, again, look to trade short here. Well, let me show you what also helped decide. This red candle here, top of one here, it was a yellow candle, and then it went red, higher, high, high, low. And then this candle, before I had the impulse move down, was a smaller trading range. It was red. So my thought was, if we break below that first red candle here, I'm going to go short on the 1 minute, but I'm using the 5 minute as a trigger. Oops. Yep. So again, you can see here, that green candle right here, big consolidation. We broke below that. So I went bearish, went short right here on the red candle. Break went short. And you can see, look at this, 3 big red bodies moving, running down. And I closed it on this second big red candle for profit. Nice profit. Yep. Again, I was just going for the low fruit. Just my target was here. And we went in there and it closed right there. Nice profit. And then it went lower. So I left money on the table. It went lower. here, and then it reversed, went lower. Yep. So the higher things, these key levels, sure. If I left the trade on and let it run down here, my gains would have been bigger. Again, I was going for these low-hanging fruit here instead of there. So that was my first trade. And then the other one I missed. I'm pissed. Yeah, I missed this one. So then we had this pre-market low broken right here. So the 5-minute candle broke it. And I was watching the retracement, inside candle. I thought was, okay, inside candle got done. Maybe we'll break below it. It didn't occur. Nope. The next candle was green, higher high, higher low. So again, I'm thinking this is occurring. We're getting a reversal. Maybe we'll go back in here. But I did label the bottom of that green candle, so that orange horizontal line. I labeled it. So my thought was if we break it, I'm going to go short there, as long as we don't take it that high. And we broke it. And I'll show you on the 1 minute. There we go. So we broke it here on the 1 minute. So I would have gone short here. And I didn't go short. I was looking at other monitors. Should have stayed on the one financial instrument I was looking at. Yep. And then went up lower. Consolidation, breakdown lower, and then a reverse. Yep. So missed out of that short. Again, another fast trade. And I think I was going to shut down because we are getting closer to 1030. Yep, right here, 1030. Huge consolidation. They pumped it back up, finally got in here. And then I see this. Again, I'll show you in the 5 minutes. Oops. There we go in the 5 minute. Big green candle went up here in this imbalance area. Big red candle, imbalance area. Consolidation, broke below it. I went short here. So let me see if that's labeled on there. Is it on the 5 minute? Yeah, so we have this imbalance area here, this big green candle and green candle. So my first target on the downside was inside here, actually the top of it. So I went short up here. My first target was the top of here. I'll show you in the 1 minute. There we go on the 1 minute. So like I said, here on the 1 minute, went in here, tested this 5 minute imbalance area. And after we had that rejection here, broke below here, I went short. And again, my first target was down here. We went in there. And I was thinking, yeah, let me just take the trade target all the way to the inside. I said, nope, it's getting later in the day, morning session. Let me just get ready to close it. So as soon as it tested inside of here, I closed the trade, took a profit. Thank goodness it reversed consolidation. Look, more impulse, move down, deeper, deeper. Sure. Again, if I left the trade on, I would have made more money. I left the money on table for someone else. These small targets worked out fine. So back here. This is the bigger matrix I'm using, but I want to leave it on here. The daily chart. This will close 5 p.m. New York time. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.